Hi everybody, it's Marissa here from Earth Journey Healing with the weekly reading for the 9th of October. And I have chosen 3 cards for the week ahead, and I'm using the deck Guardian Angel Tarot cards by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. And this is a really great deck for beginners, and the reason for that is because it's quite a gentle tarot, and it also has a lot of the meanings on the front of the card. So the first card that I've chosen to start the week off with is the 8 of Action. And the 8 of Action in traditional tarot is the 8 of Wands. And the 8 of Wands generally speaks of a lot of activity going on around you. So you might start the week feeling like there's a lot to be done, but it's all positive. So there are things that need to be organised, there are things that need to be sorted through, there are lots of maybe socialising and people to actually get together with. So it's about really prioritising what's important. Sometimes when there's a lot going on, it can sometimes make us feel like we sort of become a little bit out of balance because our mind is in a million places. So as you can see in this card, the lady is balancing on it looks like a dragonfly. So it's really about also keeping your balance in the midst of the activity that's happening at the start of the week. If you're feeling like it's all too much and a little bit overwhelming, just take a step back and, do a meditation or have some quiet time to refocus and regain your balance so that you can continue with making decisions that are in your best interest. So a lot of the time when we have all these expectations from other people, and other people are wanting our time, and we've got our own sort of agenda that we've got to do, it's really important to find out what's important and what our priorities are so that we can say yes to the things that we need to say yes to, that are beneficial for us, and also no to those things that aren't necessarily that important and that we don't necessarily have time for. So the start of the week, it's going to be quite busy and there's going to be a lot going on. Just remember to hold your balance. So find things that help you to find that sense of balance within yourself, and be really clear with people as to what you can and can't offer at the start of the week. So that is the beginning of the week. Coming into the middle of the week, we have the card called Successful Completion. And in traditional tarot, this is the World, and it's about completing something quite significant, and it's like the final finishing off of this project or situation or relationship. It's coming to a conclusion, and it's doing so in a really positive way. Like, I feel like you've come full circle and you've learnt a lot through the process of this situation or this relationship, and it's almost a part of you celebrating that, because it hasn't always been easy and it has taken you quite deep within yourself, and you've had to learn to find your own answers and your own way of navigating through this situation that hasn't always been easy, but it feels like you're coming to an understanding that there is a completion that's happened within yourself, and with that it allows you to create something new or go about it from a whole new beginning, which is exciting. So it's really about honouring that as well, and seeing the hard work that you've put in and celebrating the ending, so to speak. So if you can, take a moment to see what you have done, what you have created, what you have experienced with this situation or person, and really celebrate all aspects of what you've gone through and how much you've grown from it, because there's a great sense of accomplishment that's going to come through midweek that you might not be aware of. It might be quite a surprise in a sense that it's kind of completed, I suppose. Maybe it wasn't expected, but it's come full circle. And It really allows you to gain insight as to yourself, the people around you, and the situations you've been in. There might be a few aha moments midweek in regards to this situation. And then at the end of the week, we have the 7 of Emotions, which is the 7 of Cups. And what I'm getting from this card is that you're being asked to make a decision, and I feel like it's because there has been a completion, and it's asking you to make a decision and let go of what is no longer necessary in your life. So don't procrastinate, like don't put off what's needed, the decisions that are needing to be made from here on in. Acknowledging that something has changed and there is a new doorway opening up, but you kind of have to walk through that. It's no point holding on to what has been and what no longer is working for you. It's really a time of moving forward at the end of the week. So I feel like there's going to be a little bit of unsurety about maybe what that now means and where you're going from here, but that's okay. There is a part of you that knows exactly what's going on, and just trust that. If you need to ask questions, go inward and ask, what is my next step? Where do I go from here? And you will start to receive that guidance, whether it's intuitively, or someone might suggest something, or you might read something that sparks your intuition and shows you the next step to take from here. So it's a little bit about saying, I know how the old part of me feels, like that felt comfortable, but it's really asking you to get really clear on your next step. It's about making a decision about that, and don't hold yourself back because of what was comfortable in the past. Really step forward and be open to new experiences, because that's where you're heading after this card. This is the finishing of a situation, and this is kind of you standing in a new doorway wondering probably what to do next, but you will be guided through the next part of your journey, like you always are, and it is it's for your highest good. So really ask for some guidance if you need it, and just trust that it will unfold for you as it's supposed to. So that is your reading for the week ahead. So at the start of the week, it's really about maintaining your balance in the midst of a lot of activity and a lot of things happening around you. Don't get too overwhelmed by it. If you start to get overwhelmed, just step back and do something to help you find your center, and know that everything that's happening around you is quite positive. So is a feeling of, just a lot of activity, a lot of events, a lot of people maybe around you. So that's all good. Middle of the week, there is some major completion. This is a major arcana, so it's saying that it's something quite major in your life is finishing off, that you come full circle, and that it is time to just wrap it up by looking back and seeing what you've learned from it, and acknowledging the steps that you've taken to get to where you are now. And at the end of the week, it's really about making a decision where to go from here, letting go of the past and moving forward. So knowing that you're starting to head into a new cycle, and that there are new events on the horizon, and if you're unsure of what your next step is, go inward and ask, and allow your inner guidance to come through, either getting insight on your own, or maybe someone might come along and suggest something or say something, or you might read something that sparks an interest in the next part of your journey. So they are your cards for the week. I hope you've enjoyed that. Thank you all for watching, and until next week, have a great week. Bye.